Have you ever wondered whether it's just you who experiences motherly guilt? You know, the times where you wonder whether you're doing enough or doing it well enough as a mother. In my journey writing this book, I interviewed one mum who told me that over 20 years ago, when she was giving birth to her first child, her prenatal nurse said to her, "Welcome to a lifelong guilt trip." You know, our mothering journey does not need to be that way. For you, you might be experiencing guilt as a result of the fact that you're a working mother and that you feel guilty about being out of the house for long periods of time. Or maybe you feel guilty about the fact that you're not a working mother and that you're not contributing to family finances. Perhaps for you, you feel guilty about the fact that you're not in parental ecstasy all the time and that you eagerly wait for bedtime most nights. Or maybe at the moment your children are getting bad grades at school and you feel guilty about that and wonder whether if you'd helped them some more with their homework, that might not have been the case. Or maybe you've got teenage children who are not really connected into family life at the moment, and that really disturbs you, and that it gives you the feeling of guilt because you wonder whether you really instilled enough family values into them and whether you taught them enough about resilience. Or maybe your children are older and they're married with their own kids, and they're currently going through a really rocky relationship, or perhaps going through some really hard financial challenges. And you sit back and you watch that and you give yourself a hard time, wondering whether you could have done things differently, whether you could have role modeled differently, and whether you could have imparted more interrelational and more financial astuteness into them. Whatever it is for you, this book is not about giving you parenting skills or telling you how to parent. You already know how to do that. But it's about giving you and equipping you with skills to be able to help you enjoy that journey and to break free from that burden and that guilt that sits heavy on you. That guilt that steals your joy, your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And in turn, that guilt that impacts and affects your relationships and your outlook on life and on the future. And that stops you from pursuing your dreams and making an impact on this world. 4 Keys to Freedom from Motherly Guilt is not a one-size-fits-all book, but it's a book that can be applied specifically into your circumstances and into your context. It'll give you 4 strategic keys that once applied will slowly yet steadily give you freedom from motherly guilt. The first key looks at redefining your values. Because at the moment, a lot of your guilt comes from the fact that you evaluate your experiences based on some unrealistic benchmarks and values. And so the first key will help you create some more realistic and personal values that you can begin to evaluate your parenting on. Key 2 is about creatively reprogramming your thinking to help you positively interpret your choices, your behaviours and your actions. Key 3 will help you control and regulate your emotions so that you can begin to manage the negative impact that your emotions can have on you. Key 4 will give you the confidence to readjust your behaviour. It'll help you identify behavioural patterns so that you can work out where you can make life-changing decisions and amendments as far as your behaviour is concerned. Imagine what your mothering journey would look like without the burden of guilt and without the self-doubt. You know what? That can be a reality for you. As you believe in yourself, as you apply these 4 keys, you will experience freedom from motherly guilt. You will enjoy your parenting journey and you will begin to see fruitfulness in your relationships, in your outlook and in everything you do. And you will begin to find joy and energy and purpose and leave your mark on this earth.